Shubhodayam. Today is the 13th day of yoga classes of our Sanaatana Dharma course. Let us start with Vande Mataram. Isi Babu garu, can you sing Vande Mataram, please?
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujala Sufala Malaya Jasitala Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Suprajyotsna Pulayamini Pullakusumita Dravadala Shobhini Suhasini Sumadhura Bhashini Sukhadam Varadam Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram. Namaskar.
Dhanyavadamulanడి.
Dhanyawad.
Chitti Babu garu. Now let us start with yoga now.
Yeah, all of you start the yoga session. We'll start with sitting and lying down position asanas. Can you hear my voice clearly?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Is audio in good quality from my side?
Yes, Mother.
Okay, I will start only with asanas today. Lie down on Shavasana first and then start with Pawan Mukta. Breathe out and touch the nose to the knee. You can swing your back pains all gone. Utkata Pawan Mukta. In fact, our Guruji used to say on the bed itself, when you wake up, you can start doing these things. As you open your eyes, you start with Pawan Mukta. Jhana Shrisasana. Sanaatana. Vajrasana. Vajrasana is a static pose. You can practice it anytime in the day, night, daytime, after food also, but without bending forward, only simply sitting straight. If you sit straight on Vajrasana after food for 20 minutes, your food will be digested completely, very fast. You will feel very light. And don't drink water while eating food. You have to go on chewing the food so that the saliva itself will come as water. and digest, because major portion of digestion will happen in the mouth itself. So go on chewing until the food becomes liquid. So drink solids and eat liquids. That whatever drinking you do, should do it very slowly, and whatever eating you do, you have to do very slowly, that it becomes liquid in the mouth itself and you drink it. So drink solids and eat liquids. And on Vajrasana, there are about 10 asanas. So Shashankasana, or the rabbit pose, is bending forward, breathing out. And Supta Vajrasana is going back on Vajrasana. It's tough. All the asanas, if you practice, you'll be able to do. If you give up, they'll go away completely. I'll do Ardha Matsyendrasana. Keep the right leg on the left side of the left leg and with left hand. Again, the other side. Whichever leg you are sitting on, that side hand should be used. Then Gomukhasana. And we have Ushtvas. Then also second option. Come back to Vajrasana. All Vajrasana, we have all this other asanas I showed you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So by practicing asanas, you will have perfect fitness and perfect health. For example, Ushtrasana can handle diabetes. Go for Padmasana. I know most of you are not able to do all these asanas, but you have to go on trying. Slowly breathe out. So those who are old, they can practice as much as they can. So as you practice, you become more and more feasible. Practice makes perfect. The more you practice, the more youthful you will become and healthy and fit. If you don't practice, then you'll fall sick, as everybody does. Without yoga, only roga will be for old people, not for young. Young also become old, and old can become young through you. Okay, go to Shavasana for some time. Then we'll do the other asanas in lying position. Okay, now we go for the North Chakra Shuddhi, Uttanasanam, Dhanurasanam, Chakrasanam, and Matsyasana. They are meant for the strengthening of the purification of the organs of Nadi Chakra, which are the digestive organs of pancreas, liver, intestines, gallbladder, kidneys. Like a boat, lift your legs and head up while breathing in and holding, and breathe out and out. Yes, Dharurasana. Lie down on your tummy. Breathe in and bow. Then Chakrasana. Come to Chakrasana. Go to Shavasana once again. Breathe in and lift up the body. Shavasana sounds. Matsyasana, Padmasana is kind of balance. To get any pains or any tension, just go to Shavasana and relax. Don't overstrain yourself. Put Padmasana, you lying down, that's called Matsyasana. And bend your neck back like this. The liver will be improved, digestion. Again, Shavasana. You can stretch these legs like this. Okay, get down and sit down in Sukhasana. I want to discuss something more with you. We have the Kriyas also. So, as I told you, the Kriyas are dealing with the cleaning of the internal organs. Eyes, I already showed you how to clean your eyes in a bucket. And nose, there is a Jalneti and Supraneti and Rutaneti. And stomach, we have one stomach cleaning, which is drinking water and vomiting. Then for intestines, we have one Shankaprakshara, which is cleaning the intestines. For that, there are 4 asanas. I'll show you now. You have to drink 1 glass of water. All of you from tomorrow morning, you come to the yoga class after drinking 1 glass of water, which is warm and with a little salt. Those who have high blood pressure can avoid salt. Drink 1 big glass of salt, warm water. Okay? And then comes to the yoga class, where we will be doing the asanas and also Shankaprakshara asanas. I'll show you those 4. Only 1 round we will do today. And tomorrow we may do 2 rounds. So like this, we'll build up 3-4 rounds capability by next week. So first is Sarpasana. Lie down on your buttocks. I mean on the yes. Keep your hands inside. Palms upwards. And come back to the. I will show you something. Come back to the hands on the sides. Then lift up. Look at your feet. Breathe out and go back. Breathe in and come forward. Then Urdhva which is lifting hands up. When you breathe out, bend to sidewards. When you breathe in, come up. Third is Katisha. And fourth is Udarakarshana. Then now go to Shavasana. Turn to the left. Center. Turn to the right. Center. Okay, now we continue with our other asanas. Go back to your chest. Keep your hands inside. Shalabhasana, that's up. Lift each leg, then bring down. Bringing up. Then both legs. And remember, this is good for the heart and chest. Exercise for breathing and walk without 2 varieties. One is this, another is this. These are fast. Finally, I'll be doing Sirishasana. Those who want to try, you can try on your own risk. But to use your wall to support you in case you're doing for first time. All of you must also note But you need a padding. You need a thick padding, a towel or thick padding like this for the head. And the top of the forehead should be on the ground, on the pad. The hand should be on the middle of the head. This is plain. Advanced tricks are also there. This is the last Shavasana for this today session. After Shirshasana, Shavasana is complete. Take deep breath and relax. Take deep breaths and feel the breath going into the body. Right, left. Then center. And turn to the right. Then center. Okay, get up. And come back to either Vajrasana or Asana, whichever you prefer. And then do the pranayama. You can sit on Sukhasana also in case you want. Take deep breaths from left and breathe out the right. Breathe to the right. For 5 to 10 minutes, you can practice pranayama. So in Hatha Yoga, we have around 10 pranayamas. Astrika, Bhramari, Urcha, Plavini, Ujjayi, Surya Veda, Sitali, Sitkari. Sitali, Sitkari are to be practiced only during summer only. So I'm not going to teach you Sitali, Sitkari, but I'll teach you, I've already taught you a few things, Bastrika, abdominal breathing. And in the last week, Bhushan has shown you the Ujjayi, Bhramari in a very simplified manner. So now, today we can do Surya Veda also, new pranayama. In Anulom Vilom, we breathe in through the left and breathe out to the right, and again breathe in through the right and breathe out to the left, balancing both left and right. So the word Hatha Yoga comes from Ha and Ta, which represent the left and right, Chandranadi and Suryanadi. Cool and heat, hot factors in the body. If both are balanced, you are healthy. So if one is high and other is low, you are unhealthy. So to balance both, we are doing the Anulom Vilom Pranayama or Nadi Swadhan Pranayama, it is called. To balance both sides. We are doing without kumbhakam, retention. But if you want heat, only heat, because it is cold outside, then you breathe in through right, hold the breath for some time and breathe out to left. Again, breathe in only through right. Hold the breath for some time. This is called Surya Veda. Surya means right, heat. Only right to left. Either you hold or without holding also, you can breathe out. So left and right, both is Anulom Vilom. Only right to left is called Surya Veda. And Sitali Shitkari are done through the mouth. This is Sitali. Breathe in through the tongue like a spoon. Breathe out through the nose, closing the mouth. This will cool your body. So you know the yogis live in Himalayas without clothes, without air conditioning, without heaters, without anything, even without houses. Because they know all these pranayamas and more than this also more advanced yoga techniques also they know. They can keep their body fit under any circumstances, heat or cold. In fact, Dhiren Brahmachari, when he went to Moscow, he was wearing only one white cloth. They were all shocked. Moscow was minus 20, minus 30. So it is possible to condition the body to withstand the external environmental climate changes. And if you know how to balance the right and left, then you are perfectly healthy. Because everything is based on these two only. Understand what I'm saying? This is called nadis. Suryanadi, Chandranadi, Nadi Shodhana Pranayama, Anulom Vilom Pranayama. Both are one and the same. And these nadis are going to chakras, and chakras control the organs around them, 6 chakras, major chakras. And Kundalini will be awakened, is a form of prana, which will be awakened by advanced pranayama practices. So we have a unit in theory on Kundalini Yoga also. Maybe tomorrow we'll cover. But today I can only say that Kundalini is nothing but prana shakti evoked in a particular coherent and focused manner like a laser beam. And when it is awakened, it will pass through various chakras. It is not any physical thing. And prana is also not physical. Prana is an energy born out of the conjunction of Agni and Vayu. The ancient scientific model is quite different from the modern scientific model. It has its own framework and rules. Okay, now we are going to Nadi Shodhana Pranayama for 5 minutes. Okay, we'll go for Om meditation. Now we can do mantra chanting in your mind inside without coming outside. You chant your own favorite mantra, shouting, like Gayatri mantra, any other mantra which you are familiar. Mentally you chant. Now you bless the globe. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhave. Sarvastaratu durgani sarvo bhadrani pashyantu. Sarva sadbuddhimapnotu. Sarva sarvatra nandatu. Om sarvesham swasti bhavatu. Om sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Om sarvesham mangalam bhavatu. Om sarvesham purnam bhavatu. Om sarvesham mangalam bhavatu. Om loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. How much time we have today for the theory class, Lalita ji?
We have 37 minutes. As of now, it's 6:53. We have 35 minutes, sir.
Okay. So today we will be discussing the most important part of Sankhya philosophy. Yesterday we have discussed and understood. A lot of people didn't come yesterday. I will repeat some part of yesterday and go for today. So in Sankhya philosophy given by Kapila, which is one of our units in our course 1, he has given the twofold model of reality, the Prakriti and Purusha. So universe and reality is comprising of two entities. One is Prakriti and other is Purusha. Prakriti Purusham Chaiva Vidya Anadi Ubhavapi, both are eternal, beginningless and endless. Vikarams cha gunams chaiva vidhi prakriti sambhavan. The changes, vikaras and gunas, sattva, rajas, tamo gunas are inside Prakriti. Karya karana kartrutve hetu prakriti uchyate. All actions, all causes of actions, all ownership of actions He is inside Prakriti. Then what is this Purusha doing? Purusha Sukha Dukkhanam Bhoktritve Suruchyate. He is just enjoyer, feeler, thinker. I. That sense of I-ness is Purusha. So of course, in the Vishnu Sahasranama, Purusha word is used. Avyaya Purusha Sakshi Kshetrajno Akshara Evacha. So it is equated with Vishnu, Narayana, Atma, Paramatma, Brahman. Avyaya Purusha Sakshi Kshetrajno Akshara Evacha. So that is Purusha. What we call God or simply Ishvara or Purusha, they are all similar, they are not exactly same because there is no Ishvara in Sankhya. Ishvara comes in yoga and beyond. But there is a comparison possible to some extent between Ishvara, Purusha and Brahman. Sri Aurobindo has explained in detail the comparisons in his work on Life Divine. I recommend strongly all of you to study first Vivekananda and then second Aurobindo. That's what I studied in my life. So Aurobindo wrote a masterpiece called Synthesis of Yoga, where he has provided an integral yoga concept integrating different yogas, Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Jnana Yoga. And he has also written a book called The Ultimate Masterpiece. His better known masterpiece is Life Divine. So it's a big book, Life Divine. So there he has gone very deep. It is like English Veda, I use that word. So he has explained the parallelism between Purusha, Brahman, Ishvara, Vishnu, Shiva with Prakriti, Maya, Shakti, and so on, Lakshmi, and so on. So Lakshmi means not any person. Durga is not any person. All the three together, Icha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti together becomes Shakti. Is one of the dimensions of Brahman. That is Daili Yesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Durachaya. In Bhagavad Gita he has said this Prakriti, Daivi, divine, Daivi Yesha Gunamayi, as full of gunas, and three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Mama Maya is my Maya. Duratyaya, it cannot be transcended. Please mute your mics. Mamevaye prapadyante Maya metam. Those who propitiate me or perform upasana on me, they alone can transcend, cross over Prakriti. All of us are bound in Maya. Not even 1 second it is possible to come out of Maya. Nobody can come out of Maya. Even God himself, the avatars, Krishna, Rama, they were also inside Maya most of the time, though they knew they are outside Maya and they were able to exercise their identity outside Maya. Whereas people like us, we cannot even do that. We are always within Prakriti's influence in Maya itself. And if you are able to achieve your identity with Purusha, which is the true identity, then you are liberated. Pravidha dukkha nivrittirachanta purushartha asangoyam purushaha. So to realize that you are Purusha, this Purusha is asanga, unattached, untouched, unaffected by the gunas, by the vikaras, by the karmas. Vesha karma vipakashaya aparavrishtha purusha visesha Ishvaraha. So Ishvara is defined by Patanjali. We will come to it later. But today we will be doing what else? Who is Purusha? The other of the two co-present, co-eternal realities of Sankhya. What are the two co-eternal realities? Purusha and Prakriti. Co-eternal realities of Sankhya is Purusha, the principle of pure consciousness. Purusha in ordinary Sanskrit means man. Here it's not just man, it's pure consciousness, feeler, thinker, enjoyer. Today we'll be discussing the most important detail about the nature of Purusha. Purusha is the soul, the self, the spirit, the subject, and the knower. Avyayaha, Purushaha, Sakshi, Kshetrajno, Akshara Evacha. So that is what we normally call Vishnu, Narayana, Narayanam, Mahajyam, Vishwatmanam, Parayanam, self of the universe. Narayana, Paro, Jyotiratma, Narayana, Paraha. The transcendent self is Narayana. That is what is called Purusha. Abhyaya, Purushaha, Sakshi, Kshetrajno, Akshara Evacha. We are caught up in Prakriti, we are bound by Prakriti, we are shown a cinema by Prakriti. We are in the cobweb of Prakriti and Vasanas and Karma. But Purusha is independent. That is why we propitiate, we worship Purusha and finally merge in Purusha. That is yoga. Samyoga viyogam, yoga sanyitam. It is not a substance which possesses the qualities of consciousness. Consciousness is its essence. So Purusha is not any substance. It is consciousness itself. It is called is Traigundya, Udasina, Akarta, Kevala, Madhyastha, Sakshi, Drashta, Sada, Prakasha, Sarvajna. All these names are there. I quoted from Vishnu Sahasranama, Abhyaya, Purusha, Sakshi, Kshetrajno, Akshara Evacha, and also known as Akarta, Kevala. What is Kaivalyam? To be Kevala Sthiti is Kaivalyam. And Madhyastha, Sakshi, Drashta, Sada, Prakasha, Sarvajna. Because Purusha is eternally, permanently there. There is no time. He is beyond time. So time is also a kind of a part of Prakriti. All changes are part of, because there is no time really. The changes themselves are giving a hypothesis of time. The Shadbhava Vikaras. Birth, growth, maturity, weakening, decay, and death. So the 6 stages of every object in this world, whether a human body or any object, it will go through 6 vikaras, changes, parinamas. So then they disappear. So this Purusha is not affected by the vikara. He is independent. Abhyayaha, Purushaha, Sakshi, Kshetrajno, Ekshrevacha. Evolution. What is evolution? Prakriti is to be essentially dynamic. Motion is inherent in it. It is always in the state of changing. Even in dissolution, there is homogeneous change. Sarupas, Sajatiya, Parinama. It is Prakriti when all 3 gunas are in the state of equilibrium. So this universe which you see is the result of the equilibrium of 3 gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. In the whole chapter in Bhagavad Gita, what is Sattva, what is Rajas, it has been explained. Sattvam, Rajas, Tama iti guna, Prakriti Sambhava, Nibadhanti Mahabaho, Dehe, Dehi Namavyayam. In this body, this Dehi, the owner of this body, the self of the body, the master of this body, that is yourself, is controlled, conditioned, or bound, tied up by the Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, the 3 gunas. Tatra Sattvam Nirmalatvat Prakashakamanavayam Sukhasangena Patnati. Sattva guna is purity, light, and knowledge. It ties down with happiness, sukha, pleasure, and knowledge. Sukhasangena Patnati. Jnana Sangena Cha. Of course, this is the best among the 3. Then Rajas, Rajo Ragatmakam Vidhi, Krishna Sangha Samutpavam. It is born out of craving, Krishna, Sangha, attachment, and it is tying up you or the self with karma, action, karma Sangena Vadnati. So, what about Tamas? Tamas Tvajnanam Vidhi, that's the worst of all. Big joke. It is born out of ignorance. Mohanam Sarvadehinam, he hypnotizes everyone. Pramada, Alasya, Nidra, Bhihi, Kandivatnati, Bharata. Pramada, accident, Alasya, laziness, Nidra, sleep. These are its symptoms. So these 3 gunas, they cannot be seen directly, but they can be seen their symptoms. So these 3 gunas operate the whole universe. Parents of the 3 gunas is the equilibrium possible, which is apparent in this universe. If that equilibrium is disturbed, there will be dissolution. At the time of dissolution, the 3 gunas go back. Therefore, the Panchabhutas go back into the Pradhana and finally into the Purusha. But during creation, right now we are under creation process, there is an equilibrium and the gunas are maintaining the equilibrium. Even in dissolution, there is homogeneous change. Sarupa, Sajatiya, Parinama. It is Prakriti when all the 3 gunas are in the state of equilibrium. It is only when the heterogeneous changes take place and Rajas vibrates and makes Sattva and Tamas vibrate, that equilibrium disturb and revolution takes place. You know what is revolution? So we have heard a lot about revolution from our communist friends in Bengal and Kerala. So what is revolution really? They don't know, but here I am explaining in this sentence. It is only when the heterogeneous change takes place and Rajas, the Rajoguna vibrates strongly and makes Sattva and Tamas vibrate, that the equilibrium is disturbed. Instead of being in equilibrium, they start perturbation. Due to perturbation, there will be oscillations, vibrations, and there will be destruction. And so, with the creation time, the other side also happens. The Rajas is the one which starts. The principle of activity vibrates and makes the other two vibrate, and the process of creation starts. From the avyakta, unmanifest. This evolution is regarded as cyclic and not linear. So, avyakta, vyaktaya sarva prabhavantya haragame, ratyagame viliyante tatreva avyakta sanyake. From when the creation began, from the unmanifest avyakta, this vibration start and the universe is created, it manifests outside. And at the time of dissolution, it goes back into the unmanifest state. That is the day of Brahma, which is something like 4 crores, a number of crores of years. And then the night of Brahma is also equally long. And again, this goes on. As you can see the calculations in the Bhagavata Purana or other Puranas, the Kali Yuga, suppose it is 4,32,000 years, double that is Dwapara Yuga, and double like that is there. Whether 1 year is 1 year or it is a multiple or fraction, we don't know exactly. Some people say it is only hundreds of years, not lakhs of years, but whatever it is. So before Yugas and 4,32,000 years or whatever, 43 lakhs, 20,000 years. And then such many Yugas have passed. That is one Kalpa, Brahma Kalpam, Brahma's day. So that is Brahma's day, the creation and the sustenance of the universe, and again at the end going back to dissolution. So today we have scientific theories as separate and philosophical theories as separate, but a few centuries back there were no two different things, only one was there. Like today we have allopathy and Ayurveda as separate, but some 150 years ago there was no allopathy, only Ayurveda was for thousands of years. Similarly, these theories of cosmology, there is no scientific theory separately and all that those days. Even the scientific theories are somewhat tallying, the Big Bang theory and the pulsating universe theory. All those things tally partly with our philosophical theories. Evolution is said to be a teleological and not mechanical or blind. Evolution takes place for serving the purpose of Purusha. What is evolution? Evolution is cyclic and not linear. There is no continuous progress in one direction only, but alternating states of evolution and dissolution. Sarga and Pralaya is a cyclic order. Evolution takes place for serving the purpose of the Purusha. Why is this evolution taking place? Because it is finally serving the purpose of Purusha. Prakriti, the gunas, the senses, the mind, ego, the intellect, sex, body, all are constantly serving the end of Purusha. Finally, we are following the will of God. Ishvara Ichha, Ishvara Anugraha. So apart from the Srishti Sthiti Laya, Ishvara also has the qualities of Anugraha, Tirodhana. So that they are, so this Anugraha is the one which determines all the steps. Ishvara Anugraha Deva Sarvam Sarvakaryani. The end is either world experience, Bhoga, or liberation, Apavarga. So we have only two states. World experience, Varga, that is Dharma.
Thank you for the interruption.
Hello? Somebody said something. And finally, we have Moksha, which is Apavarga. Evolution is a result of contact between Purusha and Prakriti. It is possible only with the cooperation of the two realities. So Purusha needs Prakriti for enjoyment as well as for liberation, for samsara as well as kaiva. The self, the individual self, which is the spark of Purusha, goes through a process of transformation to reach kaivalya, to merge into the total Purusha. Evolution is the result of contact between Purusha and Prakriti. It is possible only with the cooperation of the two realities. Purusha without Prakriti is lame, and Prakriti without Purusha is blind. Theory without practice is empty, and practice without theory is blind. In the same way, concepts without precepts are empty, and precepts without concepts are blind. Prakriti needs Purusha in order to be known, to be seen, to be enjoyed, darshanartham, and Purusha needs Prakriti in order to be enjoyed, bhogartham, and also in order to obtain liberation, apavarga, in order to discriminate between himself and Prakriti, and thereby obtain emancipation, kaivalyam, kaivalyartham. If Prakriti and Purusha remain separate, there is dissolution. So for creation, they must unite. So that is why the Ardhanarishwara concept is there. What is Ardhanarishwara? Half Shiva, half Shakti means it is not a human being. It is the universe. It is the principle of Purusha and principle of Prakriti, both together on two sides of this coin, that this universe is created and sustaining. So that is why Ardhanarishwara concept is given. Memories and recollections are stored in buddhi. Now, I'll come back from the beginning. The senses, the mind and ego function for buddhi, which functions directly for the Purusha. So we have the five senses, the Pancha Karmendriyas, Pancha Jnanendriyas, and we have the mind and we have ego. So they all function directly for the Purusha. The functions are said to be ascertainment and decision. It rises when Sattva Guna predominates. Its original attributes are virtue, dharma, knowledge, jnana, detachment, vairagya, and power, aishwarya. That is the main quality of Sattva Guna. Memories or recollections are stored in buddhi. Mahat produces ahankara. It is the principle of individuation. Its function is to generate self-sense, abhimana. So from ahankara comes abhimana. Ahankara is individuality, which is produced by Mahat. It produces the notion of I, and the mind and Purusha wrongly identifies himself with his ego and knows himself as the agent of actions, desires or desire. So now let us once again go through what is happening here. The senses, the mind and ego function for the buddhi, which functions directly under Purusha or Purusha. Its functions are said to be ascertainment and decision. Buddhi is intellect, ability to discriminate, ascertainment, and reach a conclusion or decision. It arises when Sattva Guna predominates. Its original attributes are virtue, dharma, that is Sattva Guna's original attributes are knowledge, jnana, detachment, vairagya, and power, aishwarya. Memories and recollections are stored in buddhi. Mahat, which is there at the top, there is a diagram here. If you see in this notes, there is a 2024 Mahabhutas diagram. So Prakriti is at the top. Immediately next to Prakriti is Mahat, and immediately next to Mahat is Ahankara. And Ahankara has four items in it: the manas, the organs, sensory organs, and then the tanmatras. So Mano, Buddhya, Ahankara, and Indriyas and tanmatras. This total diagram which is given here is that very important. If you understood this diagram, then you understood everything. And individuation is Ahankara, and arrogance is coming out of Ahankara, and attachment is coming out of Ahankara. And Ahankara is said to be of three kinds: Sattvika, Rajasika, and Tamasika. Sattvika Ahankara is when Sattva Guna predominates, produces mass and five sensory organs and five motor organs. That is Jnanendriyas, Karmendriyas. And Tamasa Ahankara then predominates, produces five tanmatras. Tanmatras are certain principles of nature equivalent to these five indriyas, but not exactly same. And Rajasa, when it is predominating, it applies the energy by which the Sattvika and the Tamasa produce their evolution. So the energy, action, evolution is all coming out of Rajas, Rajoguna. So we should not underestimate the power of Rajoguna and Tamoguna. They are all part of the creation process. Manas or mind arises from the Sattvika Ahankara. It is the subtle and central sense organ. It can come into contact with several sense organs at a time. We are all familiar with Manas or mind. It synthesizes the sense data into determined perception, passes them on to the ego, and carries out the orders of ego to the motor organs. this much of depth of understanding modern science doesn't have about our system, our body, mind, intellect complex, BMI complex. Besides Manas, the Sattvic Ahankara produces the 5 sensory and 5 motor organs, the 5 sense organs. The 5 major motor organs are the functions of speech, prehension, movement, excretion, and reproduction. Buddhi, Ahankara, and Manas represent the 3 psychological aspects of knowing, willing, and feeling, respectively. Buddhi is knowing, Ahankara is willing, and Manas is feeling. All these are called internal organs or antahkaranas. Antahkaranas because they are inside, they are not outside like ants and cells. And vital breaths, pranas, 5 pranas are said to be their modifications. So the pancha pranas are nothing but the modifications of these pancha antaranga organs. The 5 sensory and 5 motor organs together are called the 10 external organs are Vakya Karanas. These are the 13 Karanas or organs of Sankhya. So total Sankhya 13 comes out of adding all this. From the Tamasa Ahankara arise the 5 certain senses which are called Tanmatras or thing in themselves. Tanmatras word is thing in itself. There are the essence of sight, smell, taste, touch, and sound. The 5 elements essence is called Tanmatra. The Tanmatras produce the gross elements as well as their qualities. So in Sankhya, only Tanmatras are accepted. The substances are not accepted. The Tanmatras are producing gross elements and their qualities. Whereas in Vaisheshika, the substances are accepted. Dravya. From the essence of sound, Shabda Tanmatra arises the element of ether, Akasha, together with the quality of sound. From the essence of touch combined with the essence of mind, sound arises the element of air or Vayu together with the qualities of sound and touch. From the subtle essence of color combined with those of sound and touch arises the element of fire or light, that is Tejas, together with the qualities of sound, touch, and color. One by one it is added. From the essence of taste combined with the those of sound, touch, color arises the element of water or Apa, together with the qualities. Water is not ordinary water. Apa, the qualities of sound, touch, color, and taste. And lastly, from the essence of smell combined with those of sound, touch, color, and taste arises the element of earth, who, with the qualities of sound, touch, color, taste, and smell, all the 5. So the Rajasic Ahankara supplies energy to the Sattvika, Tamasic Ahankaras and enables them to produce their evolutes or effects. Out of these 25 principles, the Purusha is neither the cause nor an effect. Prakriti is only the cause and not an effect. Mahat, Ahankara and 5 Tanmatras are both causes and effects. The 5 sense organs and the 5 motor organs and the 5 gross elements and Manas are effects only. So now we will conclude about Sankhya philosophy and today's class by understanding what is bondage and what is liberation. The life on earth is full of sorrows, pains, and miseries. Man is always been affected by either of 3 pains called Adibhautika, Adhyatmika, and Arthaika. Wherever there are gunas, there are pains, and even so-called pleasures lead to pain. Even the life in the heaven is subject to gunas. The end of man is to get rid of these 3 kinds of pain and sufferings. Liberation means complete cessation of all sufferings, which is the highest end of life. Apavarga or Purushartha. Trividha Dukkha Nivritti Atyanta Purushartha. Purusha is free and pure consciousness, and it is inactive. Who is Purusha? Purusha is pure consciousness. It is ever free, inactive, indifferent, and possesses no attributes. It is about time and space, merit and demerit, bondage and liberation. It is only when mistakes in its reflection in the buddhi for itself and identifies itself wrongly with the internal organs, intellect, and ego and mind, that it is said to be bound. So bondage is nothing but false identification of Purusha with the organs and gunas and so on. In fact, it is the ego and not the Purusha which is bound. Who is bound? So Purusha is not having any bondage. It is only the ego which is having bondage. When the Purusha realizes its own pure nature, it gets liberated. So I asked a question on my last day of my post in Delhi to all my colleagues, who are very intelligent doctorates and so on. Who is getting liberation? I'm asking you that question to all of you. So nobody gets liberation. It is only ahankara which will be removed. Purusha never gets any liberation. Therefore, bondage is due to ignorance and non-discrimination between itself and the non-self. And liberation is due to the right knowledge or discrimination between self and the non-self. When once the jiva realizes itself that it is in pure Purusha itself, through discrimination between Purusha and Prakriti, then it is called liberation. So Viveka Vairagya, that discrimination between Purusha and Prakriti, the knowledge that I am not this self, I am not the non-self, that nothing is mine and that ego is unreal and constantly meditated upon becomes pure and leads to liberation. So, Naham Deho Nendriyanyam Nahankara Pranavargona Buddhi Dhara Vachakshetra Vittadi Durasakshi Nitya Pratyagatma Shivoham. This kind of meditation. Same thing Jnana Yoga in Vedanta Shankaracharyya gave. Every jiva is a potential Purusha and liberation consists in the actualization of that potential. Who is jiva? Jiva is nothing but a reflection of Purusha in the Prakriti. So by going back to its original nature, he is liberated. Sankhya admits both Jivan Mukti and Videha Mukti. Videha Mukti means moksha after death. Jivan Mukti is moksha while you are alive. So I propose that all of us get moksha while we are alive. And so finally, the sentence about God or Ishvara, the original Sankhya was monistic and theistic, but under the influence of materialism or Buddhism, Jainism, the classical Sankhya perhaps became atheistic. It is orthodox because it believes in the authority of the Vedas. And Vedas are theistic. So also Vaiseshika, so also Nyaya. They all believe in the Vedas. Vedas are theistic. It does not establish the non-existence of God. It only says Prakriti and Purusha are sufficient to explain the evolution of this universe, and there is no reason to postulate hypothesis of a separate God or Ishvara. That's why Ishvara is equivalent to Purusha only in a particular condition. Otherwise, Purusha Prakriti will explain the entire thing. So to realize that you are Purusha is moksha. So with this, I stop today. And I think you have an examination. That's why you have more attendance. Please go ahead. You think we should admit any questions now? Is there any time?
Anybody has questions, please raise your hands. Yes.
Any questions? Yeah, 93 came wrong.
Prabhu garu namaskaram.
Unmute him, I think.
Yeah, Prabhu garu namaskaram andi. Ivi కైలాసము వైకుంఠము సత్యలోకము స్వర్గము నరకం ఇవి ఎలా అర్థం చేసుకోవాలంటారు?
There are many different states of mind only. Kana santoshame swargamu kana dukkame narakamandu madhyamu sukhi. So you can also say that after death the ego may go into those states. So they are called heaven and hell. Vaikuntham word means, Kuntha means distortion, problem. Vaikuntham means no distortion, no problem. That means it's a Kaivalya state. It is nothing but Kaivalya. Okay?
మరి భక్త తుకారం గారు సశరీరంగా వైకుంఠానికి వెళ్ళారంటారు కదా, దాని ఎలా?
I'm not getting into those levels of descriptions are way different from the philosophical discourse they are entertaining right now. Even Tukaram knew all this philosophy, there's no doubt about it. If you hear to his Abhangas, you can see that the same Purusha, even in Vishnu Sahasranama, is being described as Vishnu. Who is Panduranga Vitthal? Vitthal is Vishnu only. And who is Vishnu? Vishnu is nothing but Purusha. So these are all different ways to explain it. This is core theory. It is Gangotri Ganga here. The rest are all expanded, diluted, and sometimes exaggerated descriptions. You understood what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's why Vishnu Sahasranama makes it very clear. Vishwam Vishnu Vashatkaro Bhuta Bhave Bhavat Prabhu Bhutakrit Bhutavrit Bhavo Bhutatma Bhutavava Bhutatma Paramatma Cha Muktanam Paramagati Avyaya Purusha Sakshi Kshetrajna Aksharaya. Finished. The last will equate everything with Purusha. And is equivalent to Brahman in Vedanta. Different philosophical systems have different nomenclatures. They're equivalent, not exactly same, but equivalent. It is not very abstract philosophy, that is final reality. Yes, another question?
Sir, Namaskar.
Namaskar.
Question is that this liberation actually it is based upon the karma, isn't it? Without the cycle of karma, changes cannot happen. But I cannot suddenly declare that I am liberated because all my karma are in a chain, going in a chain.
Okay. No, who is having karma? Who is doing karma?
That is the ego, and that you told.
Yeah. Purusha doesn't do any karma. And because of contact of Purusha with Prakriti, ego is created and ego is doing all the karma. So we have already told that when the ego gets destroyed, the ignorance gets destroyed, then pure consciousness identifies itself with its original Purusha state good. And that is liberation. That realization itself is liberation. Jnana mukti. Somebody else is asking. What is that question? Go ahead.
Any other questions? Or everybody is eager to write the exam?
Yes, they are very eager to write.
So let us have that session started now. I want to ask all of you, who all want to take exam? Raise your hands. C.C. Babu garu, Praneshwari Namagadda, Archana Agarwal, Gautam, all these people have already taken before, except one. C.B. Lakshmi. Not sure about C.B. Sanaatana Laliti garu. Any more? Only 4. Keep the hands up only. Don't come down. Don't put it down. I want to see all of them before I take the exam. How many want to take the exam? Really? Nobody else. Narayan garu, C.B. Lakshmi. All these people, except for 1 or 2, only 1 I think. There is one guy who wants to take the exam. Giridhar, Chakradhar. Chakradhar. I think you people have a problem in raising the hand digitally. Is it so? Acha, let us unmute them. Let us have some feedback from them. Unmute all of them. You can, unmute yourself and speak.
మేము ఆల్రెడీ ఇచ్చేసాం కదా మళ్ళీ చేయాలా?
No, if you want to, otherwise best of the 2 will be taken. Anybody has any? Jhansi Male, 1 is written in front of you. What is it? 1? What is the 1 miss message? You must have given a message there. Okay, let us now start exam because there are about 7 of them. Raman also wants to take 8. Okay, now there are 33 people. I think all of you would like to take the exam. Let us. I'll give you the link in the chat. So the moment you get the link, you start writing. Only 30 minutes are there. 35 questions you have to answer, 30 minutes.
Sir, namaste, sir. This is Radhika.
Kapandi.
I also have given the exam, but I just want to take a look at the paper. I don't want to write. Is that okay?
No.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, this is Chakradhar, sir. Yes, you have called me for exam.
Yeah, I call you for exam. You are not raising your hand.
Yeah,
You
yes,
don't
sir.
know.
Just
You don't know how to raise hand, huh?
yeah, I know, sir. I know.
Okay, then raise hand, na?
Sorry.
Chakradhar, yes. Acha, anybody else has any doubt? Tanisha, Krishna, Raghavendra Rao, Satyavati, Jhansi, Pallavi, Radhika, Ram Mohan Garu, Ashish Kumar Dubey, Satish, Vishwanath. Acha, of course, Purohit ji already there. Lakshmi, Nindar Kumar, Jayanti, Ravi Kumar, of course, is there. Tharmalai Garu, he said no. Tharmalai Garu, you want to take exam or no? Now, today.
Later I will take off, sir.
Later, okay, we'll see. Anyway, we have, this is the supplementary exam, supposed to be little tougher than before. So those who want to take this exam, you are all welcome. I'm just putting the link and the chat box. All get ready. And here we go. So I have put the link and the chat box. Now the time starts 7:30. All of you can start writing now. All of you got the link? Anybody who doesn't have it? The exam will be closed exactly at 8 o'clock. Okay,
Please
you
give
can
the
put down the
link
hands.
again.
Sorry?
Please give the
Why?
Hello.
One
Please
minute.
send to my email, sir. It is not opening.
You want it in email?
Rekuma@gmail.com.
You see the chart of this chart. Lalita Garu, have you got it? Lalita ji?
Yes, I have got it, Mahodaya.
Okay. So you try to answer so I can see that others are also answering that. Just
Okay.
confirm that you can see all the questions.
Yeah,
Babu Garu?
I will do that immediately.
Okay. Babu Garu?
Yeah, it is there. I am answering the questions.
Okay, good. Okay.
Sir, send to my email. Will open in there.
Who is this?
Kumaraman.
Why email, madam?
It is asking password and all those things that not opening.
This link is asking you password.
No, for me it is some trouble.
Why should it ask for password? No.
I forgot my password. That is the problem.
Lalita ji, can you send that link to her email ID?
Yeah, I'll look for her email ID and I'll mail it immediately. I'll mail it.
Rekuma@gmail.com.
Yeah, one second.
Let her type her email address in the chat box so that
Yeah.
we can easily do it.
Yeah, that is better. You just send me the email ID in the chat.
Which is the main item in Vivaham?
It is my email.
To be over beats change. I will change. Giving me the how many samskarams are there according to 40? B. Which time is considered as a D?
It's better we mute all, I think. They are.
At what age Upnayan should be done?
Please mute yourself. Don't speak. You are disturbing others.
Today, if somebody wants to leave, he can leave. Because I think it will take another 25 minutes before we do Janaganamana.
थोड़ा पानी ले ले.
మీ భయం ఏంటంటే
Somebody is speaking. Please unmute yourself. Mute yourself. There is problem. Please mute. Don't talk, please.
16 నిమిషాలు అయిపోయినాయండి. Who is Kalimi Sirisha? What is the PIN number? Kalimi Sirisha.
10, sir. Roll number 10.
How much?
Roll number 10, sir.
10.
Yes, 10.
Okay. Lalita ji, switch off the recording.